close, but gets my sleep.
getting ready
Help
to work.
us show, man.
Yeah, right into
We're
it.
back.
Yes.
Hey, yep, everything's working.
Yep.
Thank you for being here. We're here, episode 2. Holy shit. Shiny on that bald head of mine. Episode 2 here of Kitchen Knives to Table Knives, stories around the plate. Hope everybody's having a good night. Thank you for being here. We got the wonderful Bootsy joining me as always, the wonderful navigator in life and in game. And then we got Janelle Cubana joining us this evening, giving you the front of house, per se, what the hell's the word? Perspective. Jeez. This is my first day, y'all. We're doing the front of house perspective. And because in my many years, I did start off in the front of house myself. I started off in the retirement home was my very first job. Front of house serving.
Yeah.
That was different.
Yeah.
But while we're doing this evening, we're gonna be switching it up, and Bootsy's gonna be asking some questions too, because I'm going to be making a little bit of a dip, one of my specials that I've actually done on the stream a couple times, but this one's changed a little different because we're not using a Pinot Grigio or Pinot. Yeah, we usually do a Pinot, but now we're using a Chardonnay for the white wine, or for the onions.
A hard Chardonnay, which I don't think I've ever had before, and it's by 19 Crimes, which is my new favorite winery. Yeah. It's
So,
delicious.
yes. So yes, we're starting off with that, and it's a pretty easy recipe, and it's been evolving over my many years of making it. Like when I first started, it was just chili, Velveeta, cream cheese. That was pretty much it. But then I got older and I'm like, I need meat in it. And then someone's like, hey, what about sauteed onions? I'm like, okay. So I did that. And then I'm like, then I got with her. She's all, ooh, what about sauteing with white wine? I'm like, okay.
I gotta have my alcohol.
So we did it that way. And so, yeah, like I say, it's been continuously evolving. And my next step, I want to actually make the cheese from scratch and go that way. But
Next time.
yeah, next time.
We thought about it, and then I was just like, I already have Velveeta cheese that's been sitting there. We need to use it. And I was like, okay.
So, I'm gonna do some questioning while we're cooking and about and whatnot, but I'll also be cooking the dip. So, yes, indeed. So, how long have you been in the food game or food industry?
For 9 years?
Wow, 9 years.
Yeah.
What's the difference between when you started and now? Have you noticed any difference in?
I mean, there's some things in the dining room, like there's changes here and there, but it's all the same since I first started. I mean, I liked it when I was surprised when I got in for my first interview in person. I mean, second interview in person.
Right.
Because my first interview was on the phone. So, yeah. And I liked the building. It was nice. And then throughout the years, some workers are okay.
Right.
And it was very... What kind of word can I put this? Not easy to work with.
Right.
Like when you ask somebody to do this, even if they are learning, you show them, yes. But then for like days later when you're working with that same person, they're just like standing there.
Right.
I'm like, and then so I just feel like, should I say something or should I just do it for them? and it's
Right.
annoying once in a while, but yeah, not annoying, tiring, I should say. But so yeah,
How long did you say you've been in the food industry?
9
9 years?
years.
See, that's one thing that I gotta say has been changed so drastically since I started cooking in the food industry to right before I left the restaurant to where I'm at now.
Mm-hmm.
The kitchen was 2 people per position. So like in the restaurant we had broil, mid, and fry. So fry guy was gonna do your anything fried.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna do your desserts, and they're also doing your salads.
Okay.
Then you have the mid, who's actually setting up the homes for both mid and fry, and they're because they would do the veg, the plate, and usually the starch.
Right.
Then you got broiler, who would just mainly do a couple of their own plates, but they're only adding 2. But then, in the many years that I started to, right before I left, it was 1 person per line trying to get everything done. The most you had was 2 people on the line on mid, only because you had 1 person making all the homes and the other person was doing all the cooking. And then you still had these 2 people doing their own homes and their cooking. And
That's a lot of work for 1 person.
yes, it was
And
very
I have
wearing.
noticed a few times, like a couple of years ago. So I understand. It's like, dang. Yeah.
What drew you into starting in the kitchen? What do you think? Whole thing or
Oh, you know.
let's go.
What do you mean?
Like what got you? What drew you into
What made you
working in
wanna
the
be-
kitchen? What,
Oh.
was it just something that you could do, or
Well,
was
something
it something you wanted to do?
something I want to do because when I was younger, I wanted to cook, and learn to be in the kitchen. But I have mentioned it and waited for it, and then I asked again, and then it was like, well, do you have knife skills, cutting skills? Are you, like, how fast paced are you? All that questions. I'm like, and then you have to apply. It's like,
Well, that's one thing. Like, honestly, starting out in something like what we do,
yeah,
it was really hard.
right,
Because, like I say, you really need some of the steps, that you learn in the smaller places.
yeah,
Because we do, like, prime example, we're the beginning of the year, 1,200 students, at lunch, and then mind you, yeah, it does kind of fall off, but still, you still talk to some people that's been in the food industry, and you tell them what we do, and they're like,
oh,
no way.
yeah.
No. Like, I tell people, I'm like, yeah, no, I get tired of seeing rice, and they're like, no. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll see 75 pounds of rice, 50 pounds of rice for one meal.
Even noodles
Yeah.
or spaghettis, pastas.
That's
Yeah.
the worst. We do pasta. Oh, we gotta have someone on pasta station because if you don't serve it to them, they do Play-Doh pasta.
Oh yeah, I have noticed. Even
They
like
do.
athletes, like athletes,
Oh.
they get like 5, 6, maybe 7 scoops at least.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Just like
and then we
what
go
the
out
I know
super
you're a
quick.
big boy, but damn.
Well, that's my biggest thing. It'd be one thing if it was like you only get one go through, but it's like,
Yeah.
dude, you
can come
eat, you eat, and you come back and fill another plate.
Oh yeah, but a few of them will like come back to the same line, even with their plate full, and ask, "Oh, hi."
Oh my god.
It's like, "Can I get some more?" It's like,
I don't want
"No,
to.
please just finish your plate, enjoy it, and if you feel like you need more,
Then come back.
with a clean new plate."
Yeah.
Okay? I didn't say all that, but
Right. I sure wanted to.
yeah.
Well, and that's like one of the reasons why when we do something with a protein that people like, we got to put a lot of veg and other something in it,
Oh my god, they
or
picked them
have it
out.
served, because they will pick out just whatever meat and protein they want.
Yeah, like
And-
stir fry first.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can see that.
Oh.
I have noticed it when I'm like standing there at the hot line watching. I'm like,
Take your spatula and smack them.
really?
Be like, take the whole thing.
It's like, just take the whole
Someone
portion,
asked about
and if you don't want to eat it, just put it on the side of your plate.
right.
That's what I would do if I don't like it.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Somebody
just-
asked about why we don't serve bacon. Like, no.
We
We
serve
serve
bacon.
bacon, but we're not doing actual bacon giving out. No. We'll put bacon and stuff, but we're not putting
Like
all you can eat
strips.
bacon.
You're not, yeah, just strips.
Yeah.
No,
Because
because
they go out fast.
they go literally plates at a
Oh
time.
man, buffet line. If you've ever been to a buffet, especially breakfast buffet, what's the first thing that usually goes? The sausage and the bacon. Absolutely. Yeah, so I can see you guys not giving out strips of bacon.
I feel like these kids, the students, doesn't understand or realize or haven't even been out eating. Like
Well,
buffets or restaurants. That's how I see it. I don't know.
Well,
but-
no, you brought up the perfect thing.
It's like, do
Honestly-
you know how to eat?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people. One of my managers brought this up, and it makes the most sense. That like 90% of people don't know what actually goes on in the kitchen, and you pretty much do magic for the fact of in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you can have these plates out for your table, and you don't know that, well, one person touched, or that one plate had 4 or 5 people touching your plate. You know, from the person doing your condiments, from you had one person cooking on the broiler, cooking your steak. You had the guy on fry station that was cooking your fries. You had the guy that did the prep for said fries. Like, there are so many steps, and that's the other thing that, like, yeah, a lot of the students and kids that we work with and cook for, they are better off, and a lot of them, yeah, they don't really know what we do in a kitchen until they see firsthand, and then they're like, "Oh, what? This is for real? How it works out?" I was like, "Yeah, this is really how it goes down." Like,
I just want to mention, if you want that stuff to start melting anytime soon, you need to turn it on.
yeah, I was gonna ask you what. I don't work that. What's the?
I would suggest putting it on the middle. So you turn it on the bottom,
Oh yeah.
and then towards the middle, it should say something about slow cooking, fast or slow. I would put fast.
Slow cook high.
Yes.
Slow cook high.
Hi.
High.
So that should start melting everything down.
And so, real quick, I got pretty easy as far as putting together tonight. We do Velveeta cheese, which I'm getting melted now with some cream cheese. And then I just do an easy can of chili, quick and easy. But that's the other thing I want to start doing. Make our own chili to put into it.
Down. The chili I make at work, so I have a veggie chili, and then I have your basic chili. And usually my basic chili gets turned into chili mac. So
That sounds so good. Oh,
I'm
there you
okay.
go.
I just threw right off. Just threw it on your knife. Blip. Yeah, and apparently we had a new person come in the other day and introduce herself as she's part of the team or whatever, as far as like talking to residents and stuff. But she mentioned how she tried the chili mac the other day and how much she liked it. And I almost said, "Oh, thank you. I'm the one that usually makes it." But the time she actually tasted it, I had been out, so I didn't like it that time. So I wasn't gonna say anything. But as soon as she left, my coworker said to the person that actually made it, "Hey, bro, she mentioned the chili mac and how much she liked it." And he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But and that's the thing that kind of irritates me. So I guess that's a question I would ask you guys. Do you get feedback from the students
Yes.
about your food?
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
And
yeah.
some of it's silly,
Yeah.
and some of it is, real, but at the same time, some of it's like, why do you have the same stuff all the time? Da-da-da-da. We need different proteins, but it's like, we have the proteins that we have because, well, other proteins are more expensive, so...
Exactly.
And they don't think about that kind of stuff.
Exactly. I mean, especially if you want to keep it at a reasonable thing, if you're able to adjust, which that's the problem. We're not able to adjust our lunch rate, because it's got to be, it's a meal plan for students, so
Exactly.
you
And
can't fluctuate the prices on
Right.
them.
Right.
And that's another thing that a lot of people don't think about, especially when kids go into college and whatnot. And that's kind of something that we have in a similar aspect, is that you have your college kids who part of their tuition, if not separate plan, is paying for all the food that they're eating.
Yeah.
On a plan, on a card. Oh no, I have more onions. If it's usually bad in the middle, no, she's a goner. It's okay. I have other onions. We technically need to get rid of the middle and then use the outside, but as long as it's not too bad throughout the whole thing. No, the outside looks halfway decent, and you don't like to put a lot of onion in anyway. But yeah, so you have your students, and part of their tuition or side plan is to pay for the meals that they have. Well, that's
the thing. Every freshman is required in our
Like special
in our
diet.
school.
Right.
That's a requirement.
Right.
They have to get the meal plan.
And that's kind of like for me. So you have our clients or residents that have their money that come in from the state or the government or whatever that go into the program system, and then they get basically like an EBT card. So then they can they get charged for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then they have the rest of their money goes on like a card, so they can go out and get like something from the store if they want to, or use it that way. So when we're making plans and meals and stuff, it's not just like, oh, this is what we've come up with. It's, yes, this is what we've come up with, but now you have to go through all your prices of how much your meals cost, and then break that down, and then this is how much you're actually paying for this plate of food.
Right.
So, in your aspect where you're a college base that pays for, or does more food than we do, we're still having the same aspect when it comes to certain things.
Right.
So like, when we talk about having, not really complaints, but getting meal suggestions, or hearing if they like something that we just came up with, or getting feedback in the sense that we can change or do better or whatever, it's very hard for my group of people to talk to us. It's like pulling teeth. Like calling them up and being like, hey, so what did you think of that meal? Let me know now. Like, they don't like feedback through email.
Right.
And we would love it,
Yeah.
Did you like this? Did you like that?
Oh.
Because we make little snacks and stuff for them too. So it's just like, what do you think? But like, sometimes they'll tell us, and sometimes we won't hear anything for months. And it's like, you're stuck with what you're getting. So like.
Exactly. Yeah, we
If
have.
you don't like it, you got to give us some kind of heads up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a feedback. What's it called? It's a card,
Comment
Yeah, we
card.
got
Comment
comment
card.
cards.
and we put it up on the wall. And I have noticed a few students have seen it, and they grab it and comment on it, and then put it on a bulletin board.
Yeah.
So, usually my boss, she comes in, see it, and answer it,
Yeah.
whatever the question may be.
Yeah.
But I have read it too, and some of them are funny, and some of them I'm like, a question mark, like, huh?
Yeah, like, are you really asking me this stupid question? Like, oh, mommy and daddy made all your meal, didn't they?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you do what you can with what you have.
Yeah.
I mean, there's times where I like because we're downstairs kitchen, and then above us is basically like the main office for the apartment building that we live in or that we work in. And sometimes she'll come downstairs and be like, "Oh my god, what are you guys cooking? Because it smells amazing." Yeah, everything's sucked through our hood, and our hood goes right up next door to them, so they get to smell everything. The whole neighborhood does. It's funny. But yeah, I feel so bad when our hood goes out. So here's a fun tip for those who don't think about it very often. You guys have a hood fan in your kitchen, right? Many. You got many. You have a huge section, and you have many areas for which you need one. I only have one. I have one line, the small kitchen. And our hood goes out every 6 months. Actually, every 3 months now. But now we've decided, because the process of our hood fan is when it gets too hot, it clicks on, cools the area down, and then clicks off. Small kitchen. Small kitchen.
Okay.
So like basically my kitchen would fit this line. If this
Think
was
of
a line.
grill
yeah.
station.
Yeah.
That's how
About
big.
that size.
Yeah.
The size of grill station. Even with that grill there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how big my kitchen is. That's it. And then I got a couple workstation tables and a small little dish pit right behind us. We don't have a machine. We have a 3-basin sink that we wash all our dishes out of.
Wow. How
Yeah. So
can you
again-
do all that?
Again, and there's only 2 other people in my kitchen besides me. So we have a 3-man crew. And it's fine. I mean, again, we only really cook for I think our numbers are maybe at like 350 now. So we don't cook for nearly as many people as you guys do.
Right.
So it's fun. Hi.
Hi.
So it's fun whenever, like he mentioned earlier, he's had a day of rice or he's had a day of pasta, and it just so happens to be that that's something I'm cooking for dinner, and he'll be like, "Can I have something else?"
Yeah,
And I'm
exactly. Like,
"Yes,
I'm tired
it's
of
fine."
this.
What was it? I brought home Korean beef, which is, I call it candied beef.
Oh.
Because basically it's ground beef that gets
Right.
this really sweet teriyaki sauce.
Mhm.
And it's super good, and we serve it with rice. And I brought it home, and I asked him, I was like, "Do you want rice or do you want noodles?" And he goes, "Noodles." And I go, "Okay." And we got these chow mein noodles, these dry chow mein noodles that we've started getting.
Oh,
And then you just boil them for 6 minutes, and they're perfect.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, highly recommend. But that's usually what I'll end up giving him anytime I have any kind of rice dish now, because he's just like, "Oh god, no rice." And I'm like, "Man, that sucks, because I love rice."
What have you ever just do half and half for you, half for?
Oh, I do.
him?
He'll get pasta, and then my mom and I will get rice.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's do this way.
If you hand me that little shindig, I'll open all that for you. And then, would you like to try our wine?
Yes.
Awesome.
I'll try it.
So, this is the wine that we're using tonight. For those of you who can't see because the camera might be too near. It's a 19 Crimes Hard Chardonnay. From southeastern Australia. Fancy.
Fancy.
There is a round bit that's over there, hopefully. Nope. A different round bit. Should be laying more on it. Oh no. Okay, JK. Will you hand me a small knife? I need to get the thingy open underneath. And now I gotta find where the rest of my bits are. Thank you. so I got into 19 Crimes Vineyard because of Snoop Dogg.
Oh, yeah.
Snoop Dogg was on the cover of one of them, and I was like, what? Is this like your brand now? Like, what's going on? And... Oh, no, don't die. Oh, okay, phew. We gotta plug this bad boy in now.
Like that.
I want to say something dirty so bad that I won't, because the kid's right here. But anyways, oh yeah, this is great. So he'll pour that, and then I'll have you grab me some glasses, and I'll pour some wine for us and the ladies, since I know you won't touch it. He's not a wine guy, which is okay. But
Started to smell good.
smell those nuggets.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. Cool. And then if you can grab me 3 of the small wine glasses, they'll be like they'll be on the bottom shelf. See those 2 on top of each other? And then one more similar to that. It won't be golden. Thank you. Try the good stuff. Yeah.
Get a good saute with these. Ooh.
Smelling good in here.
Yeah, it does.
You know the only thing
It's tasty.
we haven't added to your mix yet?
What's that?
Fresh garlic.
Oh.
I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying, I just realized as I'm going over things that we
You know,
haven't.
while we do this, would be the best time to add the garlic.
If you wanted to, I do have some garlic in the fridge in the store.
There you go.
She wants it. I can't get her wine if she makes me.
I don't see this garlic you speak of. Yes.
Got my hidden spots, I put things. Until mother comes back.
Well, that was a cool, what's it called?
Little horror.
For your, yeah, for...
I know there's an actual word for this thing, but I can't.
I can't think of it. I lost the name of it.
Like, it's over here somewhere. I don't know what it is. Right beside.
Cook, cut, glass
We
cut.
need one more shot of that wine.
Yeah.
Oof, that was looking good, smelling good.
Have you checked on your cheese bit yet? Making sure that it's melting.
It's melting hodgepodge.
Ooh, that is good. Okay.
Oh,
For real?
yep.
But they have kids. Thank you again, everybody, for being here, enjoying the loudness and the noises. And but yes, thank you again, everybody, for being here. This wonderful Sunday. The end of the weekend is upon us. No, I don't
Yeah.
wanna.
Back to work.
Back on the grind.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I only got a 4-day weekend, 4-day week this week. So
Kind
Oh.
of.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
I'll take
Nice.
Thursday off for my
And Friday?
it's a 4-day week. So I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wednesday. You go to work Thursday.
No, Thursday I have off because
Or
it's my
sorry, you
birthday.
have work off Thursday and then you
And
go
then
back
Friday,
Friday.
go back to work.
Yeah. So it's, okay.
Yeah, 4-day work week.
Okay. You're confusing the Chevy, but yes.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Do you?
No, but we're gonna say yes. Just to continue the conversation. Anyways.
So, now that we got a good saute on those onions and the alarm let me know that the onions are good.
Surely did.
And part of it was I forgot to tell you to turn the fan on. Over. Heavy.
Yeah.
This house is so sensitive.
Yeah, we could
Oh.
come up with a slumlord charging us
No,
so much in rent.
you're not the only one because whenever I'm cooking something for the first time at home and it's telling me to set it up high, I'm like, that's too high. So I did it one time and my alarm goes off.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shoot, really?
Now would you change
And then
it
it scares my cat.
to? Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
and she goes hidden.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, look. I didn't mean to. What did you turn it on now? Warren.
Yeah.
It melted everything else pretty nicely.
Oh, yeah. No,
Oh,
everything's
great.
nice.
Sorry about that. You heard
So
that?
sorry.
Huh?
Yeah, so sorry. Damn onions. Oh, well now that you're down, would you like a glass of wine? Or are you gonna go back up? Okay, yeah, I figured. I was coming to get you and I was like, oh shit, she went upstairs. And then that happened and I was like, oh shit, now she'll be back. I know, sorry. So sorry.
Alright.
Curbside.
Exactly. Of course. Exactly, right? Yes. No.
No, this is 19 crimes.
Yeah, 19 crimes hard Chardonnay.
It's tasty.
We haven't tried this yet.
Yeah, I was looking for the what's her name?
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart, but that I didn't see that.
I think it's sold out.
It doesn't surprise me. It's really good. And then, like, for
Yeah, that
those,
little knife.
for those who do or don't like Chardonnay, or not Chardonnay, but champagne. He's got a gold, something gold, and it's the champagne brand and has his dog on it. It is so good.
It is the best.
It is so crisp and clean. It doesn't give you like all those harsh bubbles. So like anytime we do champagne or what's the other thing I like to drink? Mimosas.
Oh, mimosa.
That's what I get to drink.
You're not sitting here now. I know I'm not.
You're not. Yep. Just keep that stuff over. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see what else.
Was there? Or do you do your own cooking at home?
Yeah, mostly.
Do you do extravagant, or are you one of those just hurry up and make food and get it done with?
Get it done with for now, because my goal is to practice some more and do like what actual chefs have been doing, like in restaurants. I want to do that, but
Gotcha.
I know some foods and ingredients are expensive, and
Right.
a lot of work to practice for one person. You know, I haven't learned how to cook by my parents, so I learned myself. So
What is, if you were to learn any genre of food cooking, what would you like to be the best at, or well tuned in?
Mediterranean, Italian, German, Chinese.
Well, I like
Would you
most
rather
of
do,
them.
like comfort food, or would you rather do like Mediterranean, Italian?
Well, I have learned to do a Mexican burger, or American Mexican burger, if you want to call it. Because I've learned it. I didn't do so well, because on the recipe it showed me you have to mix the guacamole with a beef patty, like raw beef patty. You have to cook it or grill it.
Yeah.
And then it was okay. It
Yeah.
didn't look right,
Mm.
so but it was tasty.
Okay.
But another time, if I make it again, I'll just do it separately,
Mhm.
and then just put the guacamole on top of the patty, and then just eat it like as a normal burger.
Yeah.
So, and it had what was it? I think it was
Salt and pepper is gonna
Mexican
be behind
chips.
The,
Taco season.
taco seasoning is gonna be up in the cupboard.
So yeah. So I pretty much like to do any kind of genres, like Chinese food, Mexican food, Cuban food.
Right.
Do you like that spice, or are you more of not having the spice?
Oh, I like spice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just depending on what kind of spice. Like
Yeah.
jalapenos, I'm definitely good. Sriracha,
Mhm.
tapatio,
Mhm.
chula, whatever. Like something mild and hot in the middle.
Okay. Have you ever watched Hot Ones?
Oh yeah, I have seen hot ones. Oh, I'm not sure if I could go that challenge, but I'm
Ah,
willing
next
to
time-
take that risk.
Next time you come over, we should buy a couple of the chicken fajita mixes.
Uh-huh.
Cause I say chicken fajita, they're not chicken fajita. They're chicken bites done by Hot Ones that are already well, one you heat them up and then you toss them in the sauce. And then another one I've had are just straight up chicken strips that have already been done in the hot sauce, so it's already coated on there. All you have to do is heat them up in the oven.
Right.
Either way, they're really good, and I found 2 or 3 of them, but the verde, the salsa verde,
Oh, uh-huh. Those
is
are good.
my favorite, my safe zone. After that, it starts getting really hot for me,
Yes.
and I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
serve me some sour cream,
Yeah.
and we'll be good.
Yeah. Like I'll definitely also do like buffalo sauce. What was it? Chipotle
Great.
sauce or something like that. The
Yeah.
hot ones. I could
like
take that,
Chipotle.
like the wings, the buffalo wings or whatever.
Yeah, you can
And-
take that kind of heat.
I can take
Yeah.
it, but if it's over the top, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do Frank's hot sauce.
Oh yeah, Frank's
And,
hot. I can do too.
Buffalo is usually
Yeah.
not too bad. They're around the same thing.
Right.
And then anything after that, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I can do garlic.
And then my nose gets watery.
what's
yeah.
that?
I can do the garlic and parmesan.
Yeah.
Ooh,
She's good
yes.
with garlic parmesan and a little bit of spice that you might get from some garlic.
Mhm.
That's
Like no.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, Mama's really sensitive when it comes to spice.
Understood.
In her youth, she liked a little bit of spice.
Yeah.
But unfortunately.
Yeah, things change. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my family can't take the heat at
Mm-mm.
all.
Nah.
But my uncle, he takes a little bit, but not over the top like I do.
Sure.
Because I've learned to eat spicy food when I was like 12 years old.
Oh yeah.
I learned it from my sister. Because she eats she used to eat those, what's it called? The hot peppers at the, like when you...
Pepperoncinis?
Pepperoncinis? I think it's pepperoncinis because when it goes in the delivery pizza box,
Yeah, for Papa John's.
Papa John's.
Yep. Those
Yeah.
are pepperoncinis.
She eats the whole pepper. I'm like,
Sometimes they're
I
really
don't know.
spicy and sometimes they're not. Sometimes
Yeah.
you'll get them and they'll be duds. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel her on
so
that.
yeah.
Because I'll be like,
So,
ooh, crunch pizza.
That's how I learned it from. And my uncle was like, how did you learn how to eat spicy food? My sister. And I grew up getting used to it, so
Mhm.
it doesn't bother me. But
Right?
yeah,
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So I'm going a little wild on the
seasoning.
Yeah, I can
taco seasoning
that.
here. I usually do a little bit of a combination, but
taco
I realized a lot of my seasonings that I use I'm out of.
a lot of the seasonings he uses is the chicken. What is it? You guys do it at work. Starts with T.
Oh, chicken tinga.
Tinga.
Tinga,
The
yeah.
tinga chicken you guys do at work. He started doing at home. Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
That
they're
shit
good.
is so good.
Yeah.
So that's the spices that he really likes to cook with. And I really need to redo my spice cabinet
Mhm.
is not really up to par.
Right. Yeah, same here.
But
Alright, I've added the taco seasoning here. Just doing a quick little mixture to everything. You know, it's good now, but honestly, its best will be like tomorrow at this time. Because all the flavors meld together overnight.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like,
well, you're making a full batch, so we'll munch on some today, and then we'll have plenty for tomorrow and the next
Yeah.
day. And if you want to take home any, we'll have to-go
Okay.
containers for ya.
That's good.
Heck yeah. I'm excited. And then we gotta think about what we're gonna make next time. Should I make something next time?
ooh, what would you come up
Should
with?
I come up with a menu and just have you start cooking everything all the time? Make up for the times where he doesn't cook dinner at home. I
Right.
do.
Change it up a bit.
Only when he cooks,
Ooh,
he's treat.
next time we'll do burgers, but we'll do the specials.
the
Like we'll
fresh.
grab the meat and then break them down, grab seasoning and everything, season it down, do like a special,
Fresh burgers.
yeah, fresh grind.
Okay.
Fresh homemade
Yeah.
burgers.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, if we were to
Okay.
ever open up our own food cart, I think we would start with a burger food cart.
And
And
up.
build from there, yeah.
Yeah.
Start with a burger one, use that for a few years, see how the profits go from there, but then change it up. Because I've always wanted a cozy home food kind of restaurant, so that's always been my dream. But he's always loved burgers so much that if we were
Yeah.
to go into a actual cart, that I would be more than happy
Yeah,
to start.
without mentioning any names, there's a restaurant that has my burger on the menu still.
Oh. Heard.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let that meld together real quick. I'm drawing a blank. That's pretty much all that we
Let's
put
go
in.
over our ingredients. So we have our cheese.
cheese is in. The
We have
cream
the
cheese
cream
is
cheese.
in. The chili is in.
Chilies in,
Onions.
the
I
onions.
sauteed the onions and put them in.
With wine and a
With
little
the
bit of
wine
garlic.
and a little bit of the garlic.
And then you got your beef with seasoning.
Beef with seasoning is gone in. Yeah, I think that's it.
I
Just
think
let
that's
it let it meld
marinate
together
out.
for a little bit.
Yeah,
Maybe throw a
so
little bit more alcohol in it while it's cooking.
we'll see. Let's taste it first.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
need to
taste
get rid
it
of
first.
all of my
Don't
alcohol.
go
Get a little
overboard.
God, now you're talking like me. My driving and my alcoholism is kicking off on you. Anyways,
No, I don't say going left.
shut up. This is why I point while I navigate. I say go left. No, sorry, right. Do you see which way my hand is pointing? That's why he has to pay attention to me when he drives. Because if he doesn't, he will get lost. Even the navigator is trying to tell him where he's going. Please go right. I mean left. Which way is my hand? Okay, so next time we're gonna do burgers. Now, what kind of burgers besides being homemade? Are we gonna do a type of mushroom Swiss or?
How about we do a sauteed mushroom and onion,
I'm not mad at it.
and we saute the mushroom and the onions in a wine,
Okay.
or
With Gruyere.
I was gonna say we can go wine or whiskey.
If we go whiskey, I'd want more of a barbecue, but
True.
that's me.
We can do a wine.
Okay, we'll do wine, sauteed mushrooms and onions.
What do you think? White?
and
We
a white.
go with a Pinot.
White wine. We can go Pinot. I'm curious to see how this turns out. But Pinot's always safe.
Yeah.
With you said Gruyere.
Some
Well, I think
Gruyere.
Gruyere over the top of it would be wonderful. Or just a
Gruyere
really
cheese.
good Swiss.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
The
Swiss
Swiss
always
Gruyere
goes.
is a Swiss cheese.
It's a type of Swiss.
It's just the upper level.
Yeah, the Gruyere's got a little bit more bite.
It's
You
got,
got
the nut in
Swiss,
it.
and then
it's
you got
nutty
Gruyere.
and yummy. And,
Yeah.
right. Rich.
And
right
it
away.
melts
Yeah.
beautifully.
Mm.
Well, we'll get there. And then do we want regular sesame buns? Do we want brioche
Brioche.
buns? Or do we
Oh,
want
sorry.
potato buns?
Yeah, we do brioche.
Brioche.
Get all fancy.
Fix my spelling later. Because I can't be
I was gonna say it's Brioche.
The
You know that Dijon mustard
that I
spread
like.
you made with a little bit of wine in it?
Yeah, Brioche.
Yeah, that would be good
Uh-huh.
with the spread on it.
With my it's white wine Dijon. Some notification
It would just give a
of
nice little
program or something on there.
right now.
Wine Dijon.
Well, thank everybody again for hanging out. Thank you for being here, joining us on this wonderful podcast. This is episode 2 of Kitchen Knives to Table Knives, Stories Around the Plate. This time we're getting the front of house aspect. What's that?
I was just asking if we wanted to have a side. Do we want to do like fresh fries or just have
Ooh.
some chips?
We do
or-
potato wedges.
We could do potato wedges. We do have a deep fryer. We haven't used yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Potato wedges.
Ooh.
Homemade JoJo's.
Yep.
Not Gojo's. JoJo's. Go-Go's. Homemade Go-Go's.
Ooh. Might have to have you on as a regular coming in next time, eh?
Okay.
I mean, and then after burgers, what would you like to have if you're gonna be a regular guest?
Yes.
We'll have you on every other weekend.
Right?
Not
Sounds
a
good.
Cuban burger.
You want a Cuban burger?
Yeah, you want to try it?
Cuban burgers?
Yeah.
I'm down for Cuban
You like
burgers.
a Cuban sandwich?
You could do it as a sandwich. That's the original traditional way.
I haven't had
And at
a
the same
Cuban
time,
burger
too,
in
people can email at the other Dolorosa.com and email if you want something else or add to the menu. Let us know.
Yep.
Yeah, this is kind of, we're winging it as we go. But I always thought, you know, as I was talking with some coworkers, I was just looking at all of our, as we were just talking in a group of us, I was thinking, I'm like, wow, with my experience and this other guy's experience and this other person's experience, with the three of us in the kitchen right here, we have a century's worth of knowledge essentially in the kitchen, because one of the cooks I work with, he's been in the food industry for 30 years. I've been in the food game for 25 years. We had another person that was in there for 20 plus years. My hourly sous chef, she's got the 16-year game, so it's like, yeah, between just the five of us, boof, we got a century's worth of knowledge and expertise in doing what we were doing. And
Hopefully you guys will be able to survive if you ever crash on a plane somewhere.
Oh, jeez.
You guys-
Right?
Well, that's the thing. We do a lot of, hey, what do we need to get rid of in the kitchen?
Yeah. I wish we did that for reals, because it's kind of nice that my one coworker does what's it called when you take all your scraps and then use that as
Compost.
He composts because he's got a garden and everything. So we'll have buckets of all of our compost that we'll save for him, and that really helps honestly with like taking our trash out at the end of the day, because they get really heavy because all the shit we go through. But honestly, doing that will have, it's why it's so important to check your produce when you get it in. I cannot tell you. So we go through Charlie's.
Yeah.
And I think you guys go through Charlie's.
Yep.
And I love Charlie's, honestly. Between Charlie's and Cisco, I prefer Charlie's more. Cisco pisses me off. That's
Yeah.
a different story. And
Well, yeah,
so,
but Charlie's gets all of our fresh produce, while
Exactly.
Cisco gets the bagged produce.
yeah. And a lot more frozen stuff and stuff, for us anyways.
Yeah.
But when you go through Charlie's and you get like a case of zucchini, you've got to actually open that bag and check your zucchini, because 7 times out of 10, I will get a thing of zucchini and it will be starting to mold. And it's like, who is in charge of rotation in your fucking warehouse?
Oh, wow.
Part of that is depending on how big of contract you have. Like, honestly, we don't run into that a lot because they are on top of what we get, because we do send whatever we don't like, we do send it back, and we expect credit.
Yes. And
Like,
that's the thing
there's no, you are taking this back.
Right.
It's-
Well, that's the thing too. Usually, you guys have such a big order that do they have to wait for you to sign off on everything, or do they drop and leave?
I think they
If we're
drop it
there,
in.
if somebody's there, they have to sign. If nobody's there, they can drop and leave.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes it depends. You'll have an order, and I'm assuming 3-4 crates of shit. Because you guys
Pallets?
have pallets.
No,
How many pallets of?
we take a truck. We do
Oh.
like 6-7 pallets.
Okay. Well, then let's come back to me. 1 pallet. I only get 1 pallet unless we're really stretching it for the weekend because we want a 3-day weekend or some shit because of a holiday.
Yeah.
Then we'll get 2 pallets.
Okay.
That's just Charlie's. For Cisco, we normally get 2 pallets for Cisco, but I know you get a shit ton more.
Okay, so put it this way.
Yeah.
Cisco alone in the 3 different tiers they put us, dry food, wet, cold food,
And
dry
for-
storage.
Yeah.
We spend about 15 just on one order. But then like we go heavy on the front and heavy on the back end because we're recovering from the weekend,
Yeah.
and then Fridays we're going into the weekend.
Yeah.
And so Wednesdays are
Mm-hmm.
cheaper, but then at the same time we get produce every day.
So you get produce every day.
Charlie's drops off Monday through Friday.
I get Monday and Thursday are my order days. And that's Charlie's and Cisco. Both days.
Oh, okay.
That's all I get though. You get Charlie's all week,
Yo.
and then you get Cisco what, twice?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
I was gonna say Monday, Wednesday,
Friday.
Friday.
So you get 3 times the fucking Cisco. Oh my god, you
Yeah.
have so much food.
Yeah. And like I say, we get pretty much the truck.
But you
Yeah.
go through all that food.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
Because
mean, well, I mean, prime example. One side we have 2 with a second or a third line. We have 2 lines. One we double up, but we have a second line. One line itself will do 160 pounds of protein.
Mm-hmm.
so much food.
Just on one side.
I know.
And then beef, yeah, you're doing another 150, depending on what the beef is.
Right.
If we're doing like some kind of strip steak, yeah, we're doing like 180 because we're having to break that down and whatnot.
Sure.
And then here's the thing: we'll add another 50 pounds of veg to the beef just so we can bulk it up a little bit because they will just get the beef.
Yep.
100%.
So how's that queso look?
Ooh, the queso.
Yeah, we
You wanna take a
hungry.
peeky peek? Ooh.
Feed me, Seymour, feed me.
Ooh.
Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to add to your concoction, besides the garlic, that I was thinking about. And I think I mentioned this last time, but I don't think we did it. And I'm not saying we have to this time, I'm just mentioning it, is adding green chilies.
You totally could.
I thought about this last time. Just how much
I
stuff.
First
thought
little
of a,
taster here.
a show for you guys.
What's that?
Leftovers.
Oh, yeah!
Open your refrigerator and you have to cook
Leftovers. You have
from
to
what's
cook.
in there.
Yep.
And create
That,
a meal.
honestly.
Exactly. Yep.
Because a lot of people that come home and they go, oh, what am I going to do? And then you have to open it up.
Exactly. Yes.
No,
Yes.
I agree. You have all these random things. They really. I'm surprised that they don't have a cooking show for that yet. You have tasters.
I think I did one
Tasters.
time of leftover, but I can't remember what it was. That was a while back. Yeah.
I think
like
it's a
that.
little thick.
So yeah, that's why I was thinking we do a shot of wine in there.
I mean, we can do some wine. Would you
Yeah.
be against some milk?
No, we can do milk.
I'll do milk just to thin it up a bit, but I mean, I'm down for more wine. I just don't want to get rid of all my wine yet. You
Yeah.
might have to go buy me another bottle.
Well,
of that.
I think putting in a little bit of milk will help thin it a bit and work on that salt content.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy because I didn't add any salt.
Well, you get that from that.
Yeah. Just
Well,
probably
yes,
a,
you
a
do.
teaspoon of
Velveeta
salt.
is salty.
The
Yeah.
cheese.
Probably a teaspoon of salt or something like that.
I wouldn't. put
I'd
any-
have to.
Or
I wouldn't put
not
any
at
salt,
all,
really.
but
Nice.
It's just because we all have high blood pressure. So
They have high blood pressure.
well, no, I got you.
Yeah. But another shot of some wine probably wouldn't hurt.
But
That
the,
is
the
good, though.
the taco spices and the cheese itself have salt in it.
Oh yeah, plenty.
And the thing is, the more it sits,
Yeah, everything will.
it'd get more intense.
Sweet.
Why?
A key. In the fridge.
In the fridge.
It's not next to me or to be gone already. And you wouldn't have any to put in there.
Exactly.
It's really low as it is. In fact, whatever you have left, I'm probably gonna give them all. I have hard cider to drink, so.
A midnight omelet with a fridge salad on the side.
You want more wine?
Woman, that sounds amazing.
Oh man.
Phew.
There's this little French restaurant that we've gone to a couple times, and it's actually so I can't tell you the street names, but
Right.
actually I can't.
Have cream
Are
morels
you-
on
Chip-
toast points.
Yeah, toast
they make.
points with these morel mushrooms, cream sauce, and then they had a beet. What was it? Beet and blue cheese, or
Yeah, it was
some
a beet and blue cheese salad
little
with pears.
salad with pears.
Whoa,
It was
wow.
ridiculous, and like you could tell that this dude was like a French cook. Besides actually probably being French, like,
Oh,
and it was just a little hole in the wall. It wasn't a really big restaurant or anything.
It's right
Um,
next to your work.
It's close to your
Oh.
work. So like your guys' work's up here.
I don't think I have noticed that.
So
okay.
if you come down this
I hope
way,
they're still open.
if you come down because of COVID, if you come down this way, it's more towards going back to like down the hill to Barber Boulevard. But if you
Uh-huh.
guys go the back way down, no, I take that back. It's off the side. It's on McAdam. So like McAdam is a road that if you guys go down when you're leaving work, and there's the Shell gas station. If you take a right and go down the hill that way by the cemetery,
Yeah.
that takes you to McAdam. So if you go down there and then take a left
Mm-hmm.
and go down a little bit, it's not too far from there.
Oh, okay. I'll definitely
And
check
it is
that
a
out.
hole in the
I'll have to find the name for you.
Yeah.
Have you checked out the
But
my other streams if I have anything?
Right.
Don't worry about it. Well, we are almost there. I got it all melding together right now. Add a little bit more milk to the concoction. Conjuring.
We're conjuring things here.
But again, this is something new that we've done. Again, I haven't done the garlic thing, so this was new, and I probably would have done it a little bit differently had I really.
If we would have thought about it,
Yeah.
we would have made a cheese sauce from scratch.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Another time.
another time
Yeah.
we
That'll
can
be the next time.
we can make the cheese sauce from scratch
Ooh, here we go.
and the chili from scratch.
We'll do one stream making a cheese sauce. Do one stream making a chili, and then do a third stream making this using the cheese and the chilies recipe.
Yeah, you totally can.
That way, everybody kind of sees firsthand how we.
Well, it doesn't hurt to re-show how to make a cheese sauce from scratch.
Well, that's the thing too. Like I say, when we've started this, a lot of people don't know the steps and what really goes into making some of the food that we make. Like,
That's true.
You want to make a
That's
mayonnaise
Do
from
a
scratch?
whole show on this stuff.
yeah.
Good. We can do the 3 mother sauces. Sorry.
Ooh, and so how about someone who has had experience? What is the differences you see now from when you started before school to after school?
Good lord. Honestly, I could tell you from my job alone to like everything else. But from when I went to school in 2006 to culinary school. I went to the Western Culinary Institute that was downtown Portland, where Target is now. It's downtown. But it was honestly, when I went, it was the best time because after that, everything started going downhill. With it changed hands and whatnot. So it was definitely the best time to go is when I went. And as far as seeing changes and stuff, I wish I would have been able to like jump in and out of their classes to see how things were different between the time I went, because my whole program was only 14 months. But in that 14 months, I got my associate's degree, and I learned basic kitchen skills. You had to learn your basic kitchen skills just to get a food handler's card, because in the state of Oregon, you have to have one to touch food.
Yep.
Which was new to me because I was from California, and when I moved back to California for a short period of time and had to get a job in a kitchen because that's what I felt more secure in than any other job, I asked them, I was like, hey, do you need a food handler's card? And they were kind of like, what's that? And it was like, oh, okay, you don't. So that's good to know. But I always kept up on it. But so seeing that from different state to state was interesting. And then
that is another difference. Every state is different on how you're able to handle food.
Yep.
But the restaurant really liked how you plated things.
Oh, so
They like your plate presentation?
they loved my plate presentation because, long story short, I was working at a Irish pub, if you will, and they had, I want to say it was for 4th of July, and they gave me chocolate brownies, ice cream, and 3 different types, like vanilla and chocolate, essentially, to deal with. So they're like, this is what we want on the plate, make the plate look good. And I did. I made those plate. I wish I had pictures. I think I do if I looked back at my photographs enough. But yeah, I made like every 3rd plate would be a different type of design, so everyone didn't get the same thing. And the boss came back and was like, "You're the one doing this, right?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah. Do you see anybody else in this kitchen?" And
exactly.
And then, yeah, she was just very happy with how everything was going out for the dessert.
A little bit better.
Realistically, I didn't end up staying with that job for very long, but the short time I had there was fun and interesting. Not to
That cut that.
yeah, that was good. Not to sound, how do I put this? I guess racist or rude or
I was thinking rude. Yeah.
yeah, like not to say anything negative about the situation, but when I walked into an Irish pub, it was ran by Hispanics, and that's fine.
Right.
The kitchen was ran by Hispanics, and that's fine. Like, the food was great. Never complained. But the difference between walking into that and walking to any other different location was the fact that as soon as the white girl walked in and they were coming off, they changed the music. So they would have their music playing, Spanish
music,
whatever music playing in the background. And mind you, I love all kinds of music. If it has a beat, I like it.
Right, same.
I'm okay with anything. But I walked in and they were like, oh, okay. They didn't really speak English. They didn't try to speak English to me, which was fine. We were changing shifts. Like, there was really nothing for them to tell me unless we were running out of something. It was the environment.
Yeah.
And also, you have to realize that I was working in Gilroy, California, which was Hispanicville of the area. So, like, whatever. But I just found it funny that anytime I walked in, they would change the music to the local station of whatever.
And you were a 22-year-old
I was
young
young.
lady.
I was young. It was fine. I
You
didn't
were
care.
young.
And it was whatever. And
You
really,
don't think they might have been intimidated about how cute you were back then?
well, that, and I was they would work
And
breakfast.
here you are all bubbly, because you're always bubbly.
Oh, yeah.
And wanting to help everybody.
Yep.
And then you go in and make all this fancy stuff and they're going,
Yeah.
oh,
What's going on?
Well,
Like, what are you doing?
So I learned culinary school taught me French culinary cooking. And so I learned all the kinds of fancy shit for this, that, and the other. And honestly, from going to culinary school, getting my, what's it called?
kitchen degree.
No. What do I have to have to graduate? Externship. I had to have an externship. So you had to go out in the world and put all of the things that you've learned to test. So you had to go find a job
Right.
that did not have to pay you. It did not
Okay.
have to be a paying job. But if they did, yay. And
Yeah, right.
I was
And you had
so
and
lucky.
your externship was in a Scottish pub.
And so my externship, on my birthday, I got myself the job and my externship.
in a kitchen smaller than we have.
In a kitchen,
That
basically what
kitchen
I'm...
was small.
Oh, it's
Oh,
smaller
you
than
couldn't
when I'm...
move in that.
Oh,
It was
Two people...
horrible.
and it
That's
was a-
horrible.
It was a line. Like, you had this much space between the grill,
Oh gosh, so
the
cramped.
deep fry. You had 2 deep fryers, a grill, a stove, and then the cold condiment bit, where like sandwiches and stuff. And then you'd flip on the other side, and then you'd have the rest of your cold salad
you-
stuff.
So is that like a one-person job?
It was 2 people on the line. If
Oh,
you had
that's too
3
tight.
for the rush hour nights,
Yeah.
you did not move. You literally had to yell across. Oh, mind you, this is all an open kitchen, so the whole restaurant can hear you guys talking to each
course.
other. So it was always an interesting type of situation, and it was fun when we had Thursday night live music, because then you have the band playing, and then we could kind of really yell at each other in the kitchen because they can't really hear us. So that was nice.
Yeah.
But I remember working a lunch one time, and I really want to say it was a basic sandwich. It wasn't anything fancy, but I made the best food this woman had ever had of this meal. And she came back on the line and was like, "Did you just make that lunch?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." "Was it okay?" She goes, "It was amazing." And I went, "Oh, I am so happy. I'm so glad you enjoyed it." She's all, "This is for you." And I was like, "Huh?" And she slipped me a $20 bill. Mind you, her
Oh
sandwich
my
only cost
gosh.
like $10-15.
That's a tip.
And I'm like, she's like, "I want you to have this. This is yours." And I was like,
yeah.
"Oh, thank you." Because everyone at the end of, like, every Thursday, we would all get tipped out, because all of the food and all, front of the house and
Nice.
everything, all the tips would go together, and then they would get divvied out between everybody.
Right.
And it was like, she knew that, and she was like, "I want you to have this. This is your
Oh,
tip."
so
And I was like, "Oh,
generous.
thank you." Like, but yeah, I was like,
They made
stuff
the
like
best
that.
artichoke and crab dip.
Yeah, artichoke
really
crab dip was
was.
great. So it's the Highland Steelhouse in Oregon City. That's
Okay.
where I used to work, and it's been a long time since I've been there. The whole crew that works there is different, but the food.
All right,
is
here we
different.
go.
Oh, look at this presentation!
Nice.
Oh my gosh!
Whoop, sorry about
nice.
that. Knock over your
Yeah.
phone.
and shit.
Okay.
Just breaking stuff.
Breaking stuff. Sure.
I live to break things.
It's totally okay.
Can't forget Nana.
Yum.
Thank you, son.
All right. Let's see here. Fresh chips. Oh. And that's the other thing. We can even go a step further.
Yeah, we can
Fresh
do this
chips.
whole thing by scratch.
Uh huh. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My favorite.
You could put a little salsa right on top of this.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, if you wanted to be fancy.
Yeah.
No, pico.
Oh,
Fresh
that
pico.
fresh
The gallo,
pico.
yeah.
Fresh pico on top of it.
Oh,
Boom.
would be
Oh, yeah.
wonderful.
That
But
would
it
be
just kick it up.
Perfect appetizer there. Yeah.
My
Yeah,
favorite.
write that down actually.
Fresh pico. Heard.
And there again, we can make that on in a stream, and then we'll put them all together.
I was thinking of something and then I forgot. It's okay. I'll come back. This bad thing. It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a while ago. Suzanne Carter, thanks for hanging out. Thank you for being here.
Hi. My favorite story about the queso is when we got invited to Chelsea's football party.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
were running late because you were making the queso.
Yup.
We got there. I can't tell you what was going on with the football team or who was playing or what it was, but we were late to the party because
Yeah.
all of the other snacks
We were the last ones
were
there.
gone. He brings this queso dip in, puts it down, tells a couple people that it's there, and I shit you not, it was pretty much a crock pot full.
Yeah.
And
10 minutes later, we're outside smoking a cigarette because we smoked at the time.
At the time.
And we had 5 people. Hey, you guys better try that dip that's in there.
Before
That
it's
is really
gone.
good.
It's like,
we
brought that
made
in.
it.
We made it, yeah.
It was the funniest thing ever.
And yeah, that was the funny thing because, yeah, we were the last ones there and it was the first thing gone.
Everything else was dwindling.
Everything else is dwindling, but yeah, we were the last ones there. It was the first thing gone.
Yep.
Everybody was like, "Oh my god, that is so good! That is so good!" What is one thing in the food industry that you wish you could change?
Oh, man. Give me a minute.
Well, I guess I never
If they don't
answered.
pay their employees enough money for the work they do.
That's true. That's one
That
of
is
them.
true.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest things that I bring up all the time. It's like, you know, if you think about it, the people higher up in the food industry, the people that are in the offices, like if you want to get down, you really don't do anything for the company because the people that's bringing in the money and doing the work are the people making the food and making sure that the guests like said food.
Right. And staying late overtime.
And here's
Well,
the thing.
you guys don't get overtime.
Yeah, we're not supposed to.
That, I feel like that's Portland's because you guys deserve, I mean, I don't know. But overtime is more money, right?
It is. But at the same time, with overtime, you do get taxed more.
Oh, I
So
see
that's
what-
where I'm one of those, like, I don't like to do overtime because of, yeah.
More, yeah, okay.
But now, if our president actually does what he says he's going to do, overtime shouldn't be getting taxed soon.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
And if it
we'll
doesn't,
see.
that would be
Be
really
amazing. Because that was usually one of the things that I always hated because I'm like, yeah, you make overtime, but then what you pay in taxes are way more than what you make in your overtime.
big. Yeah.
One thing I would change is it's the Kitchen's game has been more of who you know rather than who actually works. Because I'm finding a lot of, oh, well, here's a prime example too of a lot of the problems we have in the kitchen now is you have people that went to culinary school and they're getting told, hey, once you graduate this culinary school, you're going to start at 60 plus K in the food industry, no matter what. It's like, no, that's not how no. How, like I say, I've been in the game for 26 years and I don't clear 60K.
Don't you think it's more that it's I found this with Erin when she went to school. They taught her the basics. And
Yeah.
they said, and you're gonna be you can walk into any high end restaurant and work.
That's what I was gonna say. Is
That's
that
not true.
they tell you with these skills you can get a job anywhere.
Yep.
And it's like, no, you kind of
Yep.
can't, because if you go into any of the high-end restaurants downtown, they're going to expect you to do a lot more than what you just learned. And a lot of the shit you've learned isn't just going to be right there for you to access. You got to get back in the kitchen and figure some shit out. Like for me, I graduated culinary school. I had some life-changing things happen in my life. And then I went to go get a job when I got back, and like my basic working job, my basic working, what's it called? Interview for the job I have now that I've had for 16 years was to walk into a kitchen and show my knife skills right away.
Right.
They wanted to know my stuff, and I literally could not think of what julienne meant. They're like, I want a julienne cut. And I had to sit there and go, I am so sorry, I am drawing a blank. Can you tell me what that is? And she goes, on a bias. And I went, oh my God, that's right.
Right.
So like basic information that should be stored right there for you gets kind of lost with whatever you have going on in your life. And then as soon as you get out of college, and a lot of these high-end restaurants want you to know your shit right away.
Yeah.
They don't want to teach you. That's why you went to culinary school.
Right.
So they're a lot more harder on you too.
Well, a lot of places, prime example where we're at now, we don't really train. It's basically, you kind of get taught, hey, this is what goes here, this is what goes here, this is here, this is that there. Figure it out.
Even with the
That's
student,
what's
because I think
missing
I've
right
noticed
there.
a couple of times.
And
you
they
teach
don't
a
train
student.
their employees for
Yep.
what they want them to do
Exactly.
in the position they're in.
Because if
Yep.
they're new to the kitchen, you're supposed to train them, even to
Yep.
any restaurant or buffet.
Well, that's one thing that I've always brought up is like, when you have all these different people and all these different, from these different walks of life, you have, prime example, you have all these pages, these people or pages from a book. You can't just throw them together. Like, you gotta kind of put things in their places. Hence, that's what training is, because yeah, this person has done southern cooking, this person has done this cooking, and this small restaurant, this person did this somewhat large restaurant. It's all different experiences than what we're doing now. So therefore, you really need to walk of how we should be following somebody. I brought it up. There should actually be shadowing somebody for at least a week.
Yep.
Exactly. Just for a week.
Yeah.
You can learn a lot if you pay attention.
Have you ever watched the Wolfgang Putt special about them opening a new restaurant
Yeah.
and what the people they hire have to go through?
Yeah.
They go through 3 months of a boot camp training for what they're going to do in that restaurant. At the end of 3 months, if they can't pass everything, they're out the door.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
He pays at a high rate, but when you're going to go in and the customers are spending $1,000 a night.
Yeah, a plate.
Well, that's one thing that our business, we make a lot of money, and part of the reason why they make a lot of money is they don't own everything. Like, you know, our company, we're in somebody else's kitchen. None of the stuff is ours. It's all somebody else's. Or, you know, the school's prime example. And we just use everything. And then they pay, you know, our company a large sum of money, and then it goes accordingly. But like, yeah, we don't put the extra effort in training, and we wonder why, this person doesn't get it, and this person just does nothing on that.
Or taking too long.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I've heard. Like, oh, so-and-so is doing prepping so much. Too long. Like 2 hours or more than 30 minutes or something like that, depending on what they're prepping, you know?
Yo.
And that's the thing too. It's like, have you come from a restaurant that has ticket times? Have you been in catering that has no ticket times, but you need orders and things done by a certain time of the day or by the end of the day?
Yo.
You have so much prep that you have to get done for said next day. Like, these are things that not everybody thinks about when you step into a kitchen.
Right, exactly.
I don't
Your
have ticket
company
times.
has a period of time that they lay you all off because they shut
Right.
schools down.
Yep.
Why couldn't they take
No
a
short
couple
order,
of days
Tommy
in
did.
there and have training sessions?
What's
for
up,
their
Captain Short
staff?
Order?
Right?
I'm reading your post right now.
And then when they come back, you have a higher skill level of people that and you get to work together. And everybody knows. I mean, if we're making this type of salad, this is what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, short order puts a you know, he says how someone posted a video the other day pointing out most companies have cut training programs, and that, I mean, that was a prime example.
2 decades. That's a lot of time.
Uh-huh.
Well, and that was the thing. Like I say, when I started at Applebee's, that place, I was training for 2 weeks before I was let off by myself.
Well, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my very first job, when I was working in a retirement home, I shadowed a person for 2 weeks. And the first week, I'm actually shadowing. Then for the second week, they're technically shadowing me and just reminding, hey, you gotta do this.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, I'm dying to get some fresh blood into our location. And that's honestly only to bump up my dishwasher in a sense. So, technically, I have a dishwasher / prep cook, but he's a cook. And then I have my fellow cook, and I'm a cook.
Right.
But I still do dishes. So does my other coworker. But I would like strictly just a dishwasher to focus and keep up on all the dishes, because we use things several times. We do this several times. Okay, now I have this. Oh shit. Some project just got done and now I have 4 Cambros that I need to turn and burn because I got something coming off my stove. Like, I would like to have that constant dishwasher, but I don't have that right now. And so I'll step in and do dishes and whatnot. But my dishwasher / cook, like, you know, he's focused on what he's doing, and that's great. But he's also the silent type, so he's kind of stuck in his own world, and communication kind of gets lost, and that gets frustrating. But then, you know, everyone is keeping up on dishes. That's not the point. The point is I want someone to be a dishwasher, and I want someone to be a fucking cook.
Yeah.
And I want us all to work together and have that, and not feel like, oh shit, I need to keep up on my dishes so that everything flows properly for the next person behind me.
Well, no, and that was the thing too. When I first started working at the college I'm at now, prime example, during the daytime, we had nighttime and daytime. We had an army of dishwashers. You had like 4 or 5 dishwashers in the day. Then you had like 5 or 6 dishwashers at night. And yeah, they were pumping stuff out. They were required to do more, but they got to the point where they got too comfortable.
Yep.
And a day they didn't have a lot of stuff. They decided to go downstairs and start washing their cars on company time.
Oh my god.
They're like, wow, we're still washing stuff. It's like, washing your car and washing dishes is 2 different things.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry. How long does it take you to wash your car and detail it and make sure that it's shiny? A couple fucking hours.
The initiative of when you run out of stuff to do, you go to your supervisor and ask them for more work.
Right?
I'm
Well,
sorry.
and that's the thing.
What can I do for you?
Exactly.
Because
And
of that is why
They don't do that.
we got cut down on our dishwashers.
And
Because
a rule-
most of them don't show up or they quit.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sorry, and a rule in most all kitchens, you got time to lean, you got time to clean.
Yes.
So, like, you...
Yeah, actually, yeah, no, not
start
to say that,
cleaning shit.
short order, yeah, the last training program was at Sherry's.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I want to say it was 2 weeks. Yeah, you had to get the menu down and whatnot, and that was one thing that I was just like, this menu is extensive. Like, you have 400 items on this menu. Well, how am I supposed to
Choose.
And then that's the thing. Depending on what time of night or day that you're cooking, you're really only getting certain sections
Right.
of the menu. So, like,
Why
yeah.
aren't you
In a
auditing
smart
that?
location.
What was that?
In a smart location. She said, why aren't you auditing? But I said in a smart location because some locations make a full fucking day of the full fucking menu.
Well, that was the thing. Sherry's is all about catering to everybody. And most of their like prime candidates that they were serving is older generation.
That's right.
So they wanted the stuffed hash browns, the country fried steaks, the eggs,
I'm sorry, I
You-
like the stuffed hash brown.
meatloaf. Yeah,
Yep.
and
Things
I
that are
actually got in
easy for
trouble.
seniors to eat.
Yeah, exactly. Easy for seniors to eat. That was one thing that I didn't like though. Was like some of the things they had on the menu were like, this is a weird piece of meat. Like their T-bone that you would order that's expensive. It was like you would have three different temps on that damn thing. So it's like, which one you want to the largest portion of your meat to be? Because
Right.
you're gonna have 3 different temps. Well, rare and medium.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
And then actually, the Sherry's that I was at had to shut down for the first time. Well, no, it shut down for the first time due to the whole Y2K.
Really?
Yeah.
You were working at the Harry's Grand
No, it was right before that.
Oh.
Oh, no. This Sherry's
That just
location.
dates us. It's okay.
The Sherry's.
Dated her way back, and she was a
Him.
young one.
Him.
That location that I was at actually never had a lock on the door because it was open 24 hours.
Oh my god.
But because of the whole Y2K thing, they actually put locks in the place. And then, yeah, when we had my accident in the kitchen, that was horrible. And all I did was clean the hoods for the line. And I set one back in its spot, but it had hooked the Ansel system inside. So when it sat into place, it partially pulled the Ansel system. So all 5 of my Ansel things started spewing this
Oh my
liquid,
God.
but as soon as it hit heat, it turned into a foam, and it was supposed to put anything and everything out. And yeah,
Oh no.
this happens. I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? I call the GM.
Walk
I'm just
away.
like, I've never had this happen before. What do I do? And they're like, start cleaning up. So I'm like, okay. So I started from top down on the far left side of the line. And I go and jump on the line with my knees. So I get up, and then I get about halfway, and I wipe, and then all of a sudden, whoop! There goes my knees from the cutting board that I was leaning on to get up top. Fall, bam! Hit my rib cage,
Ouch.
cracked a rib. I didn't know it at the time, but yeah, I was just like, oh, ow. And I tried doing other things. I'm like, oh no, I can't do that.
That really fucking hurts.
And then
Yeah.
then the GM gets there and she's like, yeah, you are technically supposed to clean any of that out. I'm like, oh, good, because I'm hurt.
Yeah. Fix that hurt. Clean up the mess.
And
that I'm
it's
not
on
supposed to
you.
touch. Shit.
But you told me to clean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was like, but you told me to clean it, and I slipped and fell. And it
Thanks.
hurts to breathe, and my rib cage hurts over here.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, sure enough, I go to the hospital, and yep, cracked ribs. Awesome.
Instead of saying, don't do anything till I get there so I can look at what the mess is.
Yeah.
Seriously. That's what they should have done.
Well, and that's the thing, too. Once that system goes off, kitchen is shut down. Because
Because
you
of
can't,
that.
all the burners are instantly hit foam, so the gas automatically gets shut off. All the heat and everything gets gummed up in foam stuff, and yeah, it's horrible. They stayed open because they still had the coffee machines, and they had the toast machine, the toasters just outside of the kitchen, so they're able to do toast and coffee.
That's so fucked up.
Have you noticed since the pandemic how many restaurants have had to close?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
Well,
Oh.
Sherry's is no longer around.
Yeah.
They're
I've
finally
noticed that.
gone.
Well, part of their problem was they were going for the older demographic, and
The
you
older
can't just
demographic weren't going out anymore.
exactly the older demographic wasn't going out, and they didn't really try to get younger menu items and whatnot.
I don't think any restaurant, and this includes the Olive Garden, not the Olive Garden, well, the Olive Garden too, and the place where we go and get, your kids are gonna have to help me, Cheesecake Factory. Too many items on the menu.
Yeah, Cheesecake Factory
Yep.
is way too many.
Yeah.
I think
Well, that was exactly Sherry's problem. There's way too many things on the menu.
and that's what I was talking about. If you audit it, if you look at what you're selling and what items are really popular, then those you keep.
Yep.
You get rid of the others, and you can have specials. One of the best specials that they had at the Cheesecake Factory
Right.
was their white bean hummus. You remember that, Aaron? That we had when we came up to our house.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I think I've seen a white bean.
But I remember it. To
Huh.
this day. Well, the other thing was their mimosas. When we went there for your
Oh,
birthday
when I went for
party.
my birthday.
Those were the most incredible mimosas.
Oh my god, I
Now
had.
she can remember that.
I remember the mimosas. Well, they weren't mimosas, they were mojitos.
Okay, whatever. They were really good.
I had like 3 different
Of course
mojitos
they're
that
not
night.
mimosas because you're right. They're mojitos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Private
Make
equity
it
is another firm. Yeah, that's how Sherry's got stuck. The private equity stripped them of all the assets, sold all the contracts to themselves, and stuck Sherry's the company with a loan for the purchase of its own company. And then hence Sherry's going under.
yeah. And I was really shocked because honestly, I never thought that Sherry would go away.
Yeah,
As
that's
much,
what too.
as much as you despise them, well, because you work for them, and you know the behind the scenes secrets.
Yeah.
Well, look at Macy's.
But Macy's,
Oh yeah. Oh,
JC
surprise.
Penney's is going under soon.
Macy's is closing its New York store. The
They're closing.
original.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is going to be interesting because we always use the Macy's Day Parade.
Everything's online.
Because right now there's
Yeah.
still a Macy's store at Washington Square.
Right.
So I'm not sure they will be next.
Well, I mean, that's exactly it. Like, a lot of people aren't going out anymore.
I mean, there are new like restaurants and stores at the mall. I've noticed because I haven't gone in a while, and I have noticed.
Right.
Like, wow.
You know, as far as doing a restaurant anymore, an online restaurant,
Yeah, or
creating
Catering
the
van.
dishes that can be delivered.
Yeah.
yeah, a catering van doing like the
Bring me catering, baby.
Because think of it,
I can do it.
Mhm.
you can do any level. If you want this from us, we can do this. If you need a party, we can do this. You
Right.
know? You just need daily food for your table. We can put it together for you and have it delivered to your house
right.
That's true.
where you don't have to cook.
You can.
Exact-
That's more of a Meals on Wheels type of situation, but
Yeah.
No.
Well, here's the thing you can do now too. Here's the thing. You buy a property, make a pod property, but in that property, you also have someone to deliver. Any of the food in that pod, you can have that person deliver.
Like that pod we have up here on the
And pay
corner.
them for it.
instead of having like DoorDash or something come and pick shit up and then take it out,
Exactly.
you have
A delivery
part of
service.
part of that pod
Prime example.
organization that's your deliverer.
You as the landowner, you set up the delivery and the land, and they just pay a rental fee for the land,
Right.
and you do the delivery, but then you say certain percentage or, you know, $5 per visit depending on this.
Right.
And you have your own driver. Yeah.
You keep all this idea because you might need to use it sometime.
Now all you have to do is set up a business plan.
Right, a lot of
That
reasons
makes
that,
that makes sense though.
yeah.
Yeah.
having insurance for
That's true.
the delivery
Yeah.
drivers. But I guess if it's
Well,
your,
if
I don't know. We'd have to see how that would work. But
Well,
it's an
that's the
interesting
thing.
concept.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, that's why DoorDash works so well, because the insurance is on the drivers.
Yeah,
Right.
I can see that.
Well, so it's just like your, pizza delivery guy. You don't actually own the delivery or anything. You just have them pay an hourly, and whatever they mess up while they're driving, it's on them.
Exactly. Yeah. I've ordered stuff and whoever delivers, it's like they don't exactly deliver what I asked for. And so I have to like go through the app and get a refund from the things that are missing or not on there.
DoorDash itself has no risk. Right. Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, as the landowner, I wouldn't actually have to do any work. I wouldn't mind driving around.
Yeah.
So that's where I was thinking,
take a picture.
buy the land, and then have everybody, like I say, charge everybody for their slot. All I gotta set up is bathroom stalls,
Right.
maybe, and set up running water to the spot.
Right.
You actually could set up a plan within the renting them the spot. It covers deliveries.
Right.
So in their minds, they're getting free delivery service,
Right.
and then you get the revenue for delivery through you.
Yeah.
So not only is this a cooking stream, but we also business stream too.
Oh, sorry.
We talking shop? No, honestly.
But
No,
it's
that's-
all kitchen talk. and
Yeah.
This is all something that we literally in the kitchen. You're trying to think of another way to make some money, because honestly, you don't make a lot of money cooking in the industry anymore unless you own the spot, and then when you own the spot, you have more tax write-offs. But then again, everything's expensive because everybody's pay rate needs to be up, and insurance, and it's just
Getting satisfaction from your job.
That's true.
yeah.
See, if you're satisfied, if you can do something that you love, and you get rewards back from that you're doing, then you're going to want to do it more.
Exactly.
But if you go to work every day in an environment that is so hostile and toxic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or even though you're talented at what you do,
Yeah, it's a turn
it
off
beats
eventually.
you down.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
Well, now honestly, that's kind of how. Like I said, I've been doing this for as long as I have, and for a while, I was kind of turned down on. I'm like, I don't want anything to do with cooking anymore. Like, I'm really wanting to get into something else. And hell, my son has been like, hey, I want to think about, getting into cooking. And I was just like, whoa, no, get out while you can.
Yeah. No, he literally came to us with this the other day and goes, I've been thinking about it, and I think I want to be a cook when I grow up. And Dad was just immediately like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, no,
Don't
do it.
And I was like, to be quite honest with you, to really answer the question that you asked me earlier, what have I seen in my industry at the time of working and shit? It's the lack of jobs of the culinary industry. So, like now, granted, whether it be front of the house or back of the house, you go to Taco Bell. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite place, but it's good. You go to Taco Bell, and most places you have to order your food from a kiosk, not a person, a kiosk. And then your food is made by a person, but not for very much longer. They are really trying to get AI computers or some type of robot to start taking over cooking jobs. They're already starting to get rid of front of the house.
Yep.
So it's not too long before they're going to get rid of back of the house.
Well, hell, I've actually seen this machine. It's for people for high end. it was like $100,000 for the setup, and it's like it goes underneath a
Cabinet.
and it has, you can upload all your favorite chefs' recipes, and
They will do it.
It will do everything.
Cutting
The
That's
food,
the new
sauteing
future.
the food, like taking your pan and actually sauteing, and then yeah, they have the capabilities now. And like I say, it's only time before we're kind of phased out. And honestly, that you see it now. You have all these food industries that bitch about, oh, my cooks want all this money, but it's like, well,
Yeah.
you're doing all this work.
I'm doing a lot more shit.
Everything
than you
else
are.
is expensive.
Yep. That's why we bitch about things.
And that's why, honestly, in situations like you guys, where you have a union. and
Yes,
you're
I gotta
kind
say, having the union is the
It's
best
helpful,
I've
yeah.
ever been, because, like I say, I've never had as cheap of benefits as I've got, let alone being able to afford the benefits.
Yeah.
Like, I got benefits one other time before we got together, and that was when I was working at Applebee's, and that was a joke. They wanted, my paychecks were a couple, like $400 or $500. They wanted $200 a paycheck for the insurance, and then you still had to pay $50 to see somebody, and then
Nope.
before you had that $50, you had to come up with $1,200 to use the insurance.
That's insane.
Yeah, I was just like,
Stay
why do I want to pay for
That's
this?
your deductible, honey.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Exactly.
oh yeah, she says it's not that bad. It's like, yeah, no.
No.
Now I pay $200 and I have the family covered, full coverage,
Yep.
medical, dental,
Yep. Medical,
Vision.
dental, vision.
That you guys use all the time, so that's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, but the three of us can be on his insurance, and it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. If I was to put the two of them on my insurance,
Oh my God.
that would be half my fucking check.
Yeah, they want like $300 to $500 a paycheck.
But it's,
Yeah.
but it's how many employees are in the company based
Yeah.
on how much the employee has to pay.
True.
And their company isn't that big.
Well, that's the thing too, is we are in a, I want to say right now we're at 90-10. The
Yeah,
company
I-
pays 90, we pay 10% of the insurance bill.
Exactly.
Well, that's nice.
So,
Wow.
and then the
And-
next time we do contract negotiations, we're looking at them paying 100% of our insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like when I was at Silicon Graphics.
And I'm sorry, like,
I paid $25 a month.
Well, I'm sorry. You're under somebody else for their company doing shit for them. You should be covered through insurance. You shouldn't have to pay that shit.
well, that's
Exactly.
like, especially like I say,
Like
this is a
doctors and stuff.
billion-dollar company. Billions of dollars. We've made, I want to say we're on pace of making like $5 billion or $8 billion. It's like, you are a food industry making a profit
Yeah.
when everybody else isn't. Like, come on now.
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
But Rick, concerning your son, if you had your own business, then you would want him as your heir to go into that business
Sure.
Yes.
and learn. That would be a different situation.
Yes.
The other thing that we've told him is that because this is what he thinks he wants, that's great and all. Don't pursue it as a career. You want to start cooking at home and doing stuff. We are more than happy.
And
to do
that's
it
the
with
first place to start.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
He
Like
has
you-
to learn what it is to really do it and see what it entails.
Not to mention he has to open up his brain and his mouth to try new food.
Well, that's
That's the biggest
That
thing.
was the first thing.
And that's what we want him to do. Because you know what? There is a program online where next year he'll be old enough to go into the Young People Chef program.
Awesome.
And he can compete and get awards
And
and,
then-
get scholarships.
And we'll look into that, and we'll play with that and help him do whatever he wants.
Well,
but
Grandma wants him to play golf, so I wanted
know.
to get a scholarship.
Well, honestly, I was talking to him the other day too. I was like, "Hey, what sports are you getting into?" He's like, "Well, I don't know." I'm like, "What about sport we can watch?" I'm like, "I want to watch sports with you at least. Come on now."
he doesn't want any of it. He's not interested in any of that. You
Yeah.
know what he's interested in? He's interested in Fortnite and in racing. And my God, if he does not become an IndyCar race car driver, I will not be surprised.
That would be awesome.
No, like seriously,
Oh no, this child loves cars.
he loves cars. He is so into.
I mean, I love cars, but I don't do racing.
Right. But he's so into his.
He's setting up a city for
What is it? What?
Oh.
Hot.
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels,
Hot
yeah.
Wheels City Mayhem or something like that.
He's totally got this Hot Wheels set that he's starting to set up, and he has his own little city that he builds, and not to mention the gigantic garage he has upstairs. And
Is he gonna be a car dealer when he's older too?
you never know.
Oh my goodness.
I can see him doing it.
Because I don't know how well the pay is for car dealers.
Oh, it's over there.
I was gonna say, unless
No, we're caught up.
is that Twitch?
Yeah.
Well, again, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciated for the support. This has been, we did say every other week, and it's been like 3 weeks. But something
been a
came
while.
up last time, so we weren't able to really do it last time. But we're definitely going to be up again in another, let's say 2 weeks.
Say 2 weeks, yeah.
And I think we're going to have, if you want to join us on the next one, we're going to do burgers if you want to join us again.
I'm down. Yeah, just let me know
I
when.
want to tell you, this is the best case for you.
Yeah.
Best one so far?
Yeah.
Everything, all your switches and adding little bits and adding.
Look at that, I ate it all.
She sure did.
And it's gone.
It's
It's
gone.
But yeah, no, I want to thank everybody again for the support. Greatly appreciated. I'm trying to get to affiliate still.
So close. So fucking close. So annoying.
So yeah, we were so close, right? Just last week, we were 3 of 4.
We should have just streamed every freaking day.
3 or 4. Well, this week kicks in, and I had a issue with my eye
That's right.
on Monday, so it kind of
Oh.
took me out for a couple of days.
And your shoulder.
And then and my
Oh,
shoulder.
his
yeah,
whole
your
body
shoulder,
just
yeah.
freaked out.
Yeah,
on him.
last week my body was
Oh,
just gave me the
it
finger.
Was not feeling good.
I'm like, I'm so glad you're off this week because you couldn't even try to go to work if you wanted.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I was trying to get stuff done on Monday. I put my contacts in. It was great. But then, by the time Aaron gets home, my eyes were just on fire, and it took me a while to get my contacts out. I finally get them out, and my head just faucet turns on, and I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden, drip,
He was
drip,
dying.
drip. I'm just like, what the?
What the
I'm blowing my
fuck?
nose as hard as I can. Nothing's coming out. And then 2 minutes later,
mad.
drip, drip. I'm like, oh my god, this is so
He
annoying.
did it for like 10 minutes, and then he'd go and blow his nose as hard as he fucking could, and then all of a sudden he started getting the migraine. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Then my head was just.
ah!
Well, of course,
Because
no,
he's
it's
blowing
hard.
so fucking hard. And I'm like,
His brain was
shit.
trying to get out of there.
Yeah, so then he's got his eyes are burning, his head is throbbing, his back is spasming every once in a while.
Yeah.
And this poor man is laying on the couch with the ice pack over his head, under blankets, trying to feel better.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And we're trying to stream, and I'm like, well, that's not fucking happening.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
happening.
So, like, okay, you poor baby. Well, let's get you feeling better. Oh, not to mention the sty on his eye.
Yeah.
It was just like a...
And then, yeah, I finally get the burning taken care of, but then my eye is all puffed up
And
for a couple of days. I'm just like, great.
I'm like, awesome.
Good one.
Okay.
So did the contact like got dirty or just
That's the only thing I can
got
think of because
expired
the
or
last
what?
time I wore it, I had similar issues.
His
And-
eyes got really red.
Yeah.
That was the worst of it.
or was it the brand? Could it be the brand?
It might be if this keeps
I think
continuing.
you
Yeah.
definitely need to talk to your doctor and
Yeah, check
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna-
out.
Because they shouldn't do that.
Well,
really, honey,
exactly.
I've worn contacts for 60 years,
Right.
so they shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
that was
Yeah,
horrible.
I
Yeah.
worn one
So,
when I was 16. So
we need
yeah.
to have people send in their ideas of what they want to see.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, if anybody wants to send in the chat or send in on the messages here on Twitch or Kick or
Email.
YouTube, what would you like to see? So far we have next week we're looking at doing
Burgers.
special burger, not next week, sorry. Next episode.
Uh,
We're gonna do
April.
special
April 13th.
April 13th.
That will be our next.
That'll be
podcast.
that'll be the next podcast.
If we're gonna stick
It'll be
with
on a Sunday. Yeah. Till football season, and then it'll be going to Saturdays.
Yeah, because if you think he's gonna let go of his fucking football,
Football
you're
season, we're
wrong.
going to Saturday.
As soon as football hits, we're going to
They play
Saturdays.
football every day of the week, sweetheart.
No, Friday. Wait, so
Mondays,
no, check it out.
Thursdays,
Thursday and Sunday are
and Monday.
and Monday. So Thursday begins the week. Monday night game is the end of the week of whatever they're in.
Okay. So Thursday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yeah.
So on your Saturday, you need to make something that would be great to have while you're watching for football.
Is
Ooh,
that
there
yeah?
we go.
We can,
Yeah.
we can,
There you go.
we can start doing football.
Saturday start doing sauces for like Saturday we'll do a sauce for a barbecue sauce for doing like pulled pork sandwiches or something.
Another thing you could do is bites.
Ooh,
Appetizer.
Perfect.
little sliders.
What do you call it, Aaron?
Sliders.
What's the French word?
The
for
French word is hors d'oeuvres.
No,
or
not hors d'oeuvre,
appetizers.
But no, where you have the little.
Mouche bouche?
Yes.
Oh, a mouche bouche is one bite.
You make
Mouche
a
bouche is
perfect
one
bite
bite.
in one little thing.
Appetizers are 2 bites. Hors d'oeuvres are 3 bites. If you
Okay.
Well, I
want,
never,
if you,
I
yeah,
never learned any of that.
if you never do, if I'm getting it right, there's you have your mouche bouche, which is usually I'm pretty sure it's 1 bite. Your hors
It
d'oeuvres,
is one bite.
hors d'oeuvres are 2 bites, and appetizers are 3 bites.
I think I've
We
heard
do.
of d'oeuvre. So the second
Hors
part.
Hors d'oeuvres. Well, no,
d'oeuvres.
Yes.
we do the sliders on the Hawaiian rolls.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
great too. They
yeah.
have this great restaurant in Italy that you go in for cocktail hour, and they have these little 1 bite hors d'oeuvres. Like
How many bites are buffa?
polenta with
How many bites are
wonderful
both
mushrooms on
I
top
don't
of it.
know.
Just-
Oh, melts in your
yeah.
mouth.
Never heard of that
oh,
one.
Oh yes.
Say
Yeah.
like
Or
2.5
a little
bites.
bite of steak.
I don't know. It's been a while.
Both of D's.
That's when you have 2 and you just. I like that. I
How
like
many
that.
bites are both of us?
Both of these. That was good. I like that.
Oh, we gotta get short order in here one of these times too,
Yeah.
because he's got the expertise. He's actually got into the food industry cooking before me, and I kind of followed him in going into the cooking because he started way back in the day from Mike's Drive-In. I want to say it was his first cooking.
I've
job.
still never been there.
What?
There you
I
go,
know.
Aaron.
I know.
A mousse bouchou. That's 1 bite appetizer.
Chelsea says hi. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi, Jesse.
I know me.
Yeah, a mouche bouche is 1 bite.
So yeah, we need to have short order out. Is like I say, I've known short order since the summer going into 6th grade.
Wow.
Yeah,
Long
we
time.
we went to school with each other in 6th grade, 7th and 8th grade, but then for high school, he went to Oregon City.
Mm.
And we went to Oregon City for 1 or 2 years, and then he got his GED.
Oh, you both got your GED.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I was trying to stay in school, but then
I know why you got your
everything happened, and that wasn't happening.
I didn't know.
I'm finding out that I had a kid on the way, and then after I find out that I'm having a boy, my mom has cancer, and then it was a snowball.
Snowball, yeah.
Yeah, she passed away before my son was born, my senior year of high school, and yeah, I'm 17, getting my own place because I have to,
Well,
and
yeah.
working and whatnot. Yeah, it was
Working,
crazy.
have a kid on the way, and you wonder why he had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Oh my god, well, yeah, because a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why. If you didn't know that stress was a killer, it fucking is.
Yep, stress can kill you.
Yeah. I've heard about it on the radio, because it does that too now.
Yep.
Stress, yeah.
Short order, what do you think? Would you be able to come out in 2 or 4 weeks? If we do every 2 weeks? I know you're coming out for my birthday on Thursday. Yeah! I'm all excited. Going to the range.
I'm gonna go pew pew.
That's
So-
another thing you can think about doing. How to do a picnic basket when you're going shooting.
True.
Picnic for going pew pew.
What kind of food to take when you're going out
I'm
for a
stoked
day
for
of
Thursday
shooting?
for sure. Me too.
It's definitely got to be hand.
Well, it's a bunch of
Something-
munchies. It's
Hand-
all
Oh, yeah, like
so
munchies kind of thing.
But,
refrigerated unit,
yeah.
refrigerated on the go. So I mean, we can make our own little
Do they allow you to cook
lunchable.
on those sites or no?
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean,
we're out in the forest, so if we can bring out a
throw
stove and.
little thing
So you
together.
could do like a tailgating.
We could.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, where we go, we're out in the Tillamook Forest, so, like, we can, you can technically, you can camp out there for 2 weeks
Wow.
Without a permit.
without any permit.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that should cost a lot. It costs lots of money. But
So
Yeah.
during the summer you could go for a weekend to go camping or shooting.
Yeah,
Yep.
technically. We could rent an RV or take an RV up and, yeah, get a camp
Oh,
spot
now
where we
that-
can.
Oh, do an
I meant-
RV, because it's a
you know, a
fun
tent and-
trip. I've been on an RV. It's so much fun.
no.
Do you think I would ever do that?
No. But I can tell you right now because it's not. So I am more than happy.
My husband had to buy me a 27-foot
I know.
motorhome.
I know.
When I'd go camping. So.
I know. And now that I'm older and my body hurts all the time, I have to have an RV too. I can't just fucking pop a tent and sit in that bitch and be okay with it. Like, it's not going to happen. But the other part of it too is that if you go to an HOA or an actual designated campground, you have that security of kind of feeling like, yes, nature could come in and do whatever, but it's very less likely that's
yeah.
gonna happen. In the spot where we want to go, where we go pew pewing, a lot more likely that a fucking bear is gonna come
Yeah.
up around us. So I'd rather be in a tin can than a paper mache. You know, like, that's kind of where I'm at when it comes to camping. That's why we haven't done it yet. Because we thought about it. We're like, yeah, we could come up here, get a good spot. I mean, shit, the third to last time that we really went up there and went for our spot that was all the way at the top of the mountain,
Yeah.
somebody had already been there camping there the night before.
Yep.
And we're like, oh, man. And then we had someone that was right before we go all the way up to our spot, you can go down, and there was somebody down here camping. And it was like, God, you guys are really brave. Like, I don't know if I could do that. But, again, I also haven't been camping in forever. And cabins at Silver Falls, I am down.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to the falls. Cascade Locks is a beautiful place to wake up in. just the high mountains, and then you have the fog that rolls in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, it's so pretty.
That'd be. Oh.
So I wonder if the falls is anything like that. I was also mentioning doing something about going and checking out the Punch Bowl, because we mentioned checking out
A punch.
not the Punch Bowl. What's the Crater Lake? Not the Punch Bowl. Crater
That's
Lake.
what I was like.
Sorry,
What?
Punch Bowl. Sorry, not Punch Bowl. Crater Lake.
I've always wanted to go to Crater Lake. I've never been.
Yeah,
I've never been either.
Didn't realize exactly where it was until I was talking with my coworker who's taking a little vacation time and going somewhere like the opposite direction of Crater Lake, but some type of, I don't know, little vacation spot. But I was like, oh man, how far is Crater Lake? And he was like, oh, it's off of here, from here to here. And I was like, oh shit. We'd have to make like a weekend plan of it.
Right.
Because it is 2 to 4 hours out.
Right.
It's down from Bend.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how we'd go about it. If we'd either go out and over to Bend and then down, or if we'd just cut all the way down. Was it 5? Yeah, 5 goes down until it turns into 101. But make a day of it or a weekend adventure of it.
That'd be awesome.
Get out there, spend the weekend, and then come back Sunday or something.
Right.
But Silver Falls I'll have to check into. I've heard of it, but I don't remember exactly where it's at. But
So,
yeah,
I think we've gone almost 2 hours on this stream.
Yeah, we have.
are tapping 2 hours and 13 minutes.
Wow.
2 hours and 14, yeah.
Yep.
That is one of our longest streams yet. Our
For
podcast.
Podcasts.
I think we're going to go ahead and cut it there. I want to thank everybody again for hanging out. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for the support. Short Order, thank you for chatting and hanging out. I want to thank Suzanne Carter also for hanging out and saying a brief what's up, essentially. Sending an emoji. Yeah, I want to thank again everybody. Greatly appreciated. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. And like I say, that's a little bit of everything coming at you at once. We got the front of house perspective and possibly having Short Order joining us here in a couple weeks or a month. See if we can get something going on. Because that would be nice because he's, I believe, now a salaried sous chef in his spot. So it'd be nice to get a different aspect of the kitchen game.
Yes.
Plus, like I say, he's kind of brought up from a different aspect of cooking. He's done a lot more variety of cooking, so that's something to looking forward to. And I think we'll have Cubana here next time also. So
Absolutely.
until next time, I thank everybody again for hanging out. Thank you for being here. And I want to thank Bootsy, of course, also, because she's amazing keeping track on everything.
And I'm stuck with him, so it's fine.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So, until next time, thank you again, and be sure to check us out.
I
get around
really slutty like. Whatever.
And don't forget to check out Short Order. You know, he's got a little knives thing he does, too, on the side still. I don't know if he's still doing it.
Yes.
But be sure to check him out over there. And what is that?
Short Order Customs.
On TikTok?
No, I want to say YouTube.
Short Order Customs
Set
on
us
Instagram?
straight, damn it.
Yeah, Short Order, you gotta set me straight there, man. I forgot. I'm drawing a blank.
I have a whole thing to throw up for you on my stream, but I don't have that on his.
Short Order, actually, that's
Beautiful handles
knife-
on knives.
well, the knife that
Sharpens
you see
knives.
on the Instagram.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think I've
posted.
seen it.
Here, hold on. Hold that thought. I'll show you some of his work real quick. 'Cause I have my knife here. And you're wondering why I have my knife at home. So, I I got this knife a while ago, and he went and did the handle work on it. So, this is the whole bit of the handle, and you pick out the handle bit. There's so many different varieties and styles of handles, and mine is purple and black because I love purple. And then right here is my logo. Can't really see it, but it's a kiss, and that's for my
little kiss lips.
Kiss lips for my for my Twitch. So some of his awesome work that he does. Shorter customs on TT. What is TT?
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. You are on TikTok.
I was gonna say, you do TikTok all the time. What do you do?
I do, but I don't call it TT. What the fuck TT is? Oh yeah, TikTok.
So yeah, don't forget to check out Short Order Customs on TikTok.
There we go.
There we go.
That's funny. All right.
And again, thank you again, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you for being here. And again, we'll be on in 2 weeks, and we'll bring another aspect of the lovely kitchen. Thank you again. Check us out, and we'll see you next time. Keep on show, man.